Hello children, welcome to AIMS India's online classes. This is biology session, reproduction in animals, part 3. Children, in part 2, we have discussed about the sexual reproduction, its concept. There are two different organisms belongs to same species involved in sexual reproduction. That is, we come across the term sexual dimorphism or unisexuality and hermaphroditism, bisexuality. What is the difference between hermaphroditism and the bisexuality or sexual dimorphism? In hermaphroditism, in single individual, both the male and female reproductive systems are present. But whereas in unisexuality or sexual dimorphism, the two different male and female organisms are separate. Okay, so even though in hermaphrodites also they prefer cross fertilization, because in order to produce the very strong offsprings or individuals, they prefer cross fertilization. So they show the different mechanisms to prevent the self fertilization. Okay, protoandry, protogyny conditions. Sometimes ovary matures earlier than testis, and sometimes testis mature earlier than ovaries. That will prevent the self fertilization. Okay, whereas if you come to these unisexual animals, they show well marked sexual dimorphism, means based on the morphological features we can easily identify the male and female organisms. Especially the sexual dimorphism is very remarkable in mammals, okay, in higher vertebrates. In lower vertebrates also there are some features are there, that is some color is different, okay, some sounds which are produced by the animals can help us to identify the male and female organisms. Okay, so and we discussed about the male reproductive system and female reproductive system. The male reproductive system consisting of a pair of testes, okay, a pair of sperm ducts, okay, and we studied only the concept, not in detail about the male reproductive system and female reproductive system. Okay, what are the female reproductive organ? Ovaries. Okay, and we ended the class by fertilization process. What is fertilization? The process of fusion of male and female gametes or cells is called as a fertilization. What happens actually during fertilization? The male nucleus fuses with the female nucleus and produce zygotic nucleus. The product of fertilization is zygote. Okay, this fertilization takes place in two ways. Okay, we also come across oviparity and viviparity. Oviparity means the organisms or the animals which reproduce by laying eggs, they are called oviparous animals. The phenomenon is called oviparity. Example: birds, insects, reptiles, amphibians, fishes, they are oviparous. Whereas viviparity means if the organism reproduces by directly giving birth to young one, it is called viviparity. Example: mammals. Okay, so in human beings, where the fertilization occurs? The fertilization occurs inside the female reproductive system, where in the fallopian tubes or oviducts. So such type of fertilization which occur inside the female organism, it is called as a internal fertilization. Whereas in lower organisms, lower vertebrates like fishes and amphibians, the fertilization occurs outside the body of female animal. So such type of fertilization is called external fertilization. Let us discuss about this type of fertilization. Are you ready, children? Let us proceed. External fertilization. The type of fertilization in which the fusion of male and female gametes takes place outside the body of the female is called external fertilization. Outside, external means. Okay. So during spring or rainy season, frogs and toads, they move to the ponds and slow flowing streams, not those ponds with very speedy flow of water, slow flowing streams. And when the male and female come together in water, the female lays hundreds of eggs. At the same time, the male release a large number of spermatozoa. Okay. So the water acts as a medium, and the spermatozoa possess the tail by means of which the spermatozoa reach the egg and fertilize the egg. The fertilization takes place outside the female organism, hence it is called external fertilization. So unlike the hen's egg, the frog's egg is not covered by a shell, and it is comparatively very delicate. Transparent membrane is present, so easily the spermatozoa can fertilize the ovum. Okay. So here during the copulation, the female releases the ova and the male releases the spermatozoa. The sperm and eggs are released into the water where the fertilization takes place. So this type of fertilization is called external fertilization. Okay. Now a layer of jelly holds these eggs after releasing from the female frog. A layer of jelly holds the eggs together and provides protection to the eggs. As the eggs are laid, the male deposits spermatozoa or sperms over them. So each sperm swims randomly in water with the help of its long tail, and the sperms come in contact with the eggs. So this results in fertilization. It is very common in aquatic animals such as fish and starfish. Okay, just like frog, fish and starfish also the similar type of fertilization takes place. So you can see the fish here. The female fish lays eggs. The male fish spreads sperm over the eggs, where the fertilization takes place outside the or in the water. This type of fertilization, where it occurs outside the body of female animal, it is called external fertilization. Now development. So after fertilization, the zygote is formed. The zygote will undergo the development. The development is also two types, that is direct development and indirect development. Okay. Direct development means the embryo undergo the cleavage or division and develops into the individual. But indirect development means the zygote develops into larva and the larva undergo the metamorphosis. So that is called indirect development. So in mammals or higher vertebrates, we can observe direct development. Okay. So embryo development, let us the fertilization results in the formation of zygote, which begins to develop into an embryo. Okay. The zygote divides repeatedly to give rise to a ball of cells. So that ball of cells is called morula. Okay. The cells then begin to form the groups that develop into different tissues. So that process is called differentiation. Okay. First zygote undergoes cell division and form a ball of cells. So that ball of cells undergo the differentiation and form the layers, and from that organs and organ systems are formed. Okay, so this developing structure is termed as an embryo. The embryo gets embedded or gets attached to the uterus for further development. The further development takes place inside the uterus of the mother. Okay, so all this process requires some time. So that time is called gestation period. The period or the time required for the development of embryo, okay, is called gestation period. For example, if you take human beings, 270 days or 9 months is the gestation period. Okay, so you can see these are the changes which occurs after fertilization. The fertilized egg undergo the cell division, where the one cell becomes 2 cell stage, then 2 cell becomes 4 cell stage, 4 cells become 8, 8 becomes 16, and a ball of cells formed that is called morula, and this morula develops into blastocyst, then it develops into the gastrula. Like that it is called cleavage. Cleavage means the stages which involve in the development of embryo is called cleavage. Okay, so the embryo continues to develop in the uterus. It gradually develops the body parts such as hands, legs, head, eyes, ears, etc. The stage of embryo in which all the body parts can be identified is called aphotos. Okay, at the stage of the embryo in which all the body parts can be identified is called photos. Means from the 3rd month of the embryo development, that is 90 days, almost all parts are formed in the embryo. So that stage is called as photos. When the development of the photos is complete, the mother gives birth to a baby. In animals which undergo the external fertilization, the development of embryo also takes place outside the female body. It is called external development. Okay, in higher vertebrates, it is the development is internal. Okay, the embryos continues to grow within their eggs in the external development, and after the embryo develops, the egg hatch. So in lower vertebrates and lower organisms, we are calling it as incubation period. In higher, we are saying gestation period. Here incubation period, the time required, maybe it may be in days, some 27 days or 30 days or 90 days, like that. The incubation period varies from organism to organism, animal to animal. Okay, so for example, if you take the eggs of the crocodile or the turtles, the incubation period may be more. If you take the eggs of hen, okay, ducks, the incubation period may be somewhat less. The embryo continues to grow within their egg covering, and after the embryo develop, the egg hatch. So what are the steps involved in the embryo development? First, fertilization. Fertilization results in the formation of zygote. The zygote undergo the cell division, that is called as cleavage. So during this cleavage, first stage morula, then blastula, then gastrula. This entire equation represents the embryo development. Okay, children. Next, what is cleavage? Let us study in detail about the cleavage. So the process of early mitotic divisions of the zygote, okay, before formation of zygote or the formation of gametes, involves cell division, that is called meiotic cell division. okay, or meiosis. Then after the formation of zygote, means after fertilization, the zygote undergo mitotic division. Okay, so the process of early mitotic divisions of the zygote, which do not involve the growth of daughter cells or blastomeres, causing the increased nucleocytoplasmic ratio, it is called cleavage. Okay, cleavage means division inside the nucleus itself. Okay, nucleocytoplasmic ratio is increased. Okay, so the daughter cells, they are also called blastomeres, causing the increased nucleocytoplasmic ratio. That process which involves the increase in the nucleocytoplasmic ratio is called cleavage. This cleavage is otherwise also called segmentation. Segmentation, formation of segments. Okay, by cleavage, single celled zygote divides into multicellular embryo. Instead of saying divides, develops into multicellular embryo. The resulting cells of the cleavage are called blastomeres. By means of cell division, the zygote divides and redivides to form the cells called blastomeres. Okay, like this. So first egg before fertilization, female gamete, egg means. So after fertilization, it is called zygote or fertilized egg. It is diploid. Here it is haploid. Okay. So this zygote undergo cleavage. First 2-cell stage, then 4-cell stage, then ball of cells, morula. Okay. Then form blastocyst. In the blastocyst, inner cells are present here. Here the cells are outside, but form a layer, and the cells becomes internal, inner cells. This is called cleavage. The cleavage differs from mitosis in the respects that, in what way it is different from mitosis? The first one, it is not growth phase between the successive divisions, whereas in mitosis the growth phases are present. Next difference is the size of the cells gradually decrease. Okay, you have seen in that cleavage last figure, the size of the cells gradually decrease and becomes inner. Next difference, the metabolism becomes fast. Metabolism means respiration and other. There is a rapid DNA replication. Okay, in mitosis slowly the replication occurs, but in cleavage there is a rapid replication of DNA. Then another difference is high consumption of oxygen, because high metabolism, metabolic rate is high, respiration is high, energy production. Okay, so high consumption of oxygen. So this is the cleavage. Cleavage is of different two types. Okay, that is radial cleavage and spiral cleavage. Here the from 8-cell stage, 16 cell, 32 cells, then the cleavage starts, then it is the radially occurring, whereas spiral in this direction, 32 cell stage. Okay, there is a high consumption of oxygen. What are the main difference? Once again, there is no growth phase between the successive divisions during cleavage. The size of the cells gradually decreases. The metabolism becomes very fast. There is a rapid DNA replication and high consumption of oxygen. Okay, these are the characteristic features of cleavage. Now, during cleavage, the first development stage, the morula is produced by a series of cleavage divisions of the early embryo, starting with the single cell called zygote. Zygote divides into 2-cell, 2-cell, 4-cell, 4-cell, 6-cell, 4-cell, 8-cell, 8-cell, 16, 32, 64. Like that, a ball of cell form, it is called morula. Once the embryo has divided into 16 cells, it begins to resemble a mulberry fruit, hence the name morula. It is the first stage of development, and the morula consists of many small micromeres above and a few large megameres or macromeres below. Okay, you see, this is the morula. It's like a mulberry fruit. Okay, ball of cells, 16 cell stage, it is called as a morula. Okay, it consisting of many small cells above, they are called micromeres, and a few large cells are present below, they are called megameres. Next, blastula. Morula develops into blastula. The second stage in the development of an organism, it is formed from the morula. The process of formation of blastula is known as blastulation. Okay, formation of blastula stage from morula, it is called as a blastulation. By repeated cleavage, the number of blastomeres increase, and a cavity appears inside the embryo, that is called blastocele. Okay, so this is called the segmentation cavity. A cavity or a space formed in the blastula, it is called segmentation cavity or blastocele. The cells are called blastomeres. The cavity is lined by a single layer of cells, they are called blastomeres. Okay, so this is the stage blastula. The morula develops into blastula. See, this is the blastocele present in the center, and it is lined by a cell layer of cells, they are called blastomeres. Okay, so first zygote divides and redivides to form morula. Morula further undergo the repeated cleavages and increase the number of blastomeres, and they form a cavity that is called blastocele, lined by the single layer of blastomere cells. Okay, next, the blastomeres further develop into gastrula. What is the process of formation of blastula? Blastulation. Now gastrulation occur. Okay, in the gastrulation, this ball of cells undergo differentiation and form the three layers: ectoderm, endoderm. Okay, diploblastic means 2 layers, triploblastic means 3 layers. Okay, and a cavity, it is converted into archenteron or elementary canal, it further develops into. Okay, and a small opening is present, that is called blastopore. So let us see about gastrulation in the next class. Okay, hope you understood. Thank you for watching our video. Please subscribe our channel and press the bell icon for receiving latest updates.